Yo, this is your boy, Mr. Bradstone from Heated Waves podcast. We do lots of sports stuff: baseball, basketball, football, hockey, and UFC. Today, I'm going to give you a little, just a little insight, maybe my predictions of these next games coming up for the NFL. Whether you care or not, but here's how I see it. I think that Chargers Patriots game is going to be a phenomenal game. Okay, I think it's going to be just a phenomenal game. But here's the problem I see is you're going to Foxborough to play Tom Brady. He's 50-1 at home against AFC since 2016. So good luck. Not only that, but they kind of just give him, all the calls in the world in Foxborough. I know Phillip Rivers is super hungry for this win and super hungry for pretty much a Super Bowl because the guy's never been to a Super Bowl. He absolutely deserves it. I'm tired of seeing Tom Brady. I want the Patriots to fall, but I don't think it's going to happen, not at Foxborough. So I'm going to have to go with good old-fashioned Patriots, unfortunately. And if you know me, Mr. Bradstone from Heated Waves, I cannot stand the Patriots. I'm a Green Bay Packers fan. Obviously, I'm wearing this Wisconsin hat. Go figure. Second game I want to talk about is that Eagles and Saints. I just don't think the Eagles can get it done as well. Nick Foles has played pretty well. He's 9-1 in months of December, January, and February over the last two seasons. And they played great against the Bears and that really good number 3 defense. And I just don't know if they have enough offensive firepower. Yeah, Golden Tate caught that pass at the very end of the game, and he won the game for them initially with that last-minute drive that they had. Nick Foles looked phenomenal. He didn't even get sacked in that game, so that's amazing in itself that Khalil Mack and company, Akeem Hicks, didn't get after them and, couldn't get after them to disrupt him and ultimately lost that game off a tipped, kick. But my thing is, I think the Saints are just so good. I that was my predictor was the Saints and Chiefs in the Super Bowl this year, and I think the Saints will probably take it. They just have an all-around good offense and defense. The defense is ranked 14th. It doesn't look like a defense that's ranked 14th, but they get after the quarterback and they get stuff done. The run game, defensively is just phenomenal, and I think they're going to shut down because the Eagles have no run game. Let's be honest here. They have no run game. So, you got to do what you got to do there. They're going to shut that down, and they're going to focus, solely on Nick Foles throwing the ball and getting pressure on him and making them uncomfortable, and I just think they'll get it done. Next game, Dallas and Rams. Good luck beating them, Dallas. You've gotten a fluke this far. You're not America's team anymore. I'm so sick and tired of hearing that, and I don't want to hear it anymore. It's just a flat-out lie since the last playoff game you won was 4 years ago. Before that, it had been 20 seasons. So I love Ezekiel Elliott. The guy was phenomenal this year. He also had 300-plus carries, which is ridiculous. He's going to eat. He's going to do his thing. Zeke's going to run all over the defense. Yeah, the Rams have a phenomenal defense. They do. But Ezekiel Elliott always finds a way, and that offensive line is very good. It's not, the Colts offensive line. I think that's the number one in the league. They've only allowed a league low of 18 sacks. I think you're number one if you're doing all that, in pass protection especially. But Dak Prescott has no help, really, but that's not an excuse either. He's a very good quarterback, I think. He's not elite. He's not on that, thing. And it's just, I don't know. I just think the Rams are going to be so much better. Todd Gurley's had 3 weeks off to prepare and get his knee back, into shape where it's not hurting anymore. And you don't want to see a healthy Todd Gurley. The guy had 17 touchdowns this year. I mean, good grief, man. That's ridiculous. I just think that offense at home in the playoffs, that atmosphere is going to be too much for the Dallas Cowboys on the road. It's just, you got Dak Prescott, you got Ezekiel Elliott, and you got Amari Cooper on that team. Otherwise, offensively, they don't really have an offense. So I got to give the edge to the Saints. And like I said, I've seen them in the Super Bowl this year. Last but certainly not least, this Kansas City Chiefs and Colts game, which I think is going to be the best game there is all season for the playoffs, especially. Like I said earlier, you got the number one offensive line. Andrew Luck, he's been so good since coming back from, being hurt of a year and a half off. And he comes in and he plays like this. He's second in the league to touchdown passes thrown, only to obviously Patrick Mahomes, which he's going against. So tell me this isn't going to be some kind of crazy shootout. It's going to be a freaking great game. I'm so ready for it, and it just sucks. I believe I have to work that day during the time of that game, so I'm going to try to catch it. But no, actually, it's Saturday. My fault. Saturday games. Just don't even act like you didn't hear that. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to be a stud in this game. Yeah, it's his first career playoff game, but I think he's going to be so good in it. And it's scary because Andrew Luck's already been in the playoffs, so he has, you know, experience, and so does the coach and that staff and all that good stuff. But I think it's going to be a big time shootout. I mean, like both of these teams are both going to score 30 points easily. Now, I do think the Chiefs are going to have a hard time on that defense. That's a very good defense. Doesn't They've been under the radar all year long, especially the Colts, the whole Colts team in general. And this is just going to be one of the greatest games. But I think the Chiefs will squeak this one out by maybe like a field goal in the last second or just a few points in the last minute of the game. But mark my words, there's going to be a lot of touchdowns thrown. There might be a lot of interceptions thrown, but there's going to be a lot more touchdowns than interceptions. And that's kind of what we like to see in an entertainment, game. But that is my predictions of these next 4 games coming up. Let me know if you guys have any disagreements or any comments. And don't forget to subscribe. And catch you guys later. Heated Waves. Don't forget to Google us. Heated Waves with a Z at the end. There's 10 platforms we're on. And we're trying to move it over here to the YouTube. So help us out. Get us some likes. Get us some listens. And appreciate you guys always listening on the Anchor app, where we do all of our work for our podcast. And they distribute it out to Google Podcast and Spotify and stuff like that. So keep us locked, and don't forget to subscribe.